What's up, YouTube? Now, sometimes there's some battles that don't quite make my theme teams, but are really good battles, and I thought this would be a nice battle to upload as a bonus tonight, just for you guys, a little bit of extra content. My usual theme team is coming a little bit later on too. So, question of the day. What is your favorite flying type? Please leave it below in the comment section. I really wonder what the most popular one is, because there's quite a few. You could be mono flying types and, part dual flying types as well. We'll all put that under the same category. Please type a comment there below, and I want to see which one is the most popular. If you'd like to see some more battles like this, let me know in the comment section. I just want to see some, kind of looking for some feedback on this, as well as my theme teams, of course. Let's get right into it anyway. This was a theme team. I was kind of just doing some fun battles on my chat, some multi-battles. I don't normally upload a lot of multi-battles. Most of them are single battles, so it's a nice little chase. So I've got in this set Physical Typhlosion with Thunder Punch. I thought there'd be a good opportunity to go for my Electrium Z Thunder Punch with the Tapu Koko out there as well, putting electric terrain in the field. So I thought it'd be really powerful. Unfortunately, they did bring Electros, and oh, it does such underwhelming damage. Now, this team was performed actually really well, and there was one Pokemon that seemed to really perform. I don't know, just out of all the battles, it was so MVP. I wonder who that is. Anyway, I'm not going to give it away. So we have the Electros taking that really easy. Unfortunately, the Crocodile is going to be using Earthquake. I'm the only one to get hits because my partner actually gets the Protect Up, and the Electros is obviously going to be immune to that too. Also, the people who are battling this, my partner was DC King. We have Richard on the right, and we have Germ on the left there as the opponents. So now I've got the Dynamic Punch, which lands Gen 2 baby cakes, and it doesn't take it out, unfortunately. But I've got the Confusion, which is nice. I'll land that, hoping the Crocodile will actually hit itself and to take itself out. That'll be absolutely amazing. However, it's going to get through with the Earthquake again, and that's going to miss the Electros, unfortunately. Electros is such a good Pokemon. Like, it's immune to a lot of things, and it's got a good ability. It's very hard to take out in one hit, and my Typhlosion is going to go down. So things weren't looking too hot, right? I didn't even mean to make that pun. Anyway, so the Electros I think it's got to the point where I don't even mean to make puns and they just happen. So Tapu Koko is going to go down to the Sludge Bomb. So not a very good start for us. Both our Pokemon are down, and that Electros is in very nice health too, and it's got leftovers. So getting most of its health back. So, as you know, in multi-battles, we only get 3 Pokemon each, right? So it makes it more difficult, and a lot of different more moves can be used in doubles battles too, like VGC, that sort of thing. I have played a lot of it myself, but I haven't really uploaded much to my channel. So, alright, so we have the Infernape coming in, getting an Electric Seed boost, which is nice. I'm bringing in Stantler. So Infernape's going to go for Fake Out on the Crocodile, not taking it. I just went for the Headbutt. This is a flinching headbutting Stantler set, which is pretty cool. And Crocodile is finally going to go down, so that's good. So now we have the Electros going for the Thunderbolt. That hits really hard. I actually thought it might take Infernape out, but it didn't. I'm not sure whether the Electros is fully invested in special attack or the Infernape's running some sort of bulk to it. I'm not sure. Now we have got a Typhlosion on the other side of the field this time. Now, it's quite funny. We're actually running very similar sets. So Infernape's going to go for the close combat, nearly taking out the Typhlosion, kind of just missing it there. And it's definitely going to go down to whatever it's thrown at this time. It has Dynamic Punch, so it was a completely unplanned Typhlosions with Dynamic Punch. So I get confused this time. I was thinking, well, since the Crocodile didn't get hit in Confusion, Karma would, be really good if I didn't get hit in Confusion. So my Stantler goes down. Ugh, salty. I wanted to get that headbutt off. Anyway, so Electros is going to go for the Thunderbolt, and that's going to take out the Inferno. So things are really looking bad here for, our side of the team. Like, it's really bad. It's a good game. It's looking like a good game at the moment. All right, so now we've got the Dragonite coming out, and we've got the Noctowl. So Noctowl was absolutely MVP. Just watch, this set is a very gimmicky one, but it worked amazingly well. So Dragonite's going to take out the Typhlosion with extreme speed, so that was good. We've taken out 2 Pokemon on that side. Now, this has actually got Hyper Beam on it, and I just, loaded it up to try and take out the Electros. Look at the damage on that! Almost taking it out. Now, Electros is going to go for the Gastro Acid, getting rid of Dragonite's ability. You don't actually really see Gastro Acid too often, which is cool. So it's suppressed its multi-scale, so that's a really cool move. Alright, so the electricity is going to disappear from the field, so electric types are going to be hitting not as hard. So now we got the Sigilyph coming in. I quite like that shiny, it's cool. So we got, it's a 4-2, things are looking really hairy at the moment. Alright, so anyway, we have the Pokemon swapping out, and we got the Honedge coming in. Now, Dragonite's going to go for the Extreme Speed, which is going to get blocked by Honedge. Now the Heat Wave coming from the Sigilyph. Not really doing a lot of damage, but still hitting us both. Now, I'm on recharge. I cannot do anything. So, at the moment, you're probably like, well, this is game. There's no way we're going to even be able to get close back into this battle at all. So, now Dragonite's going to get a special defense drop, and it's going to go for the Ice Punch on the Sigilyph, doing some nice damage, almost taking it out. And I get a freeze axe on it. I mean, they get a freeze axe. I'm not Dragonite at the moment. I'm just pretending I'm that Dragonite getting a freeze axe. Anyway, so I'm going to go for the Hyper Beam, which definitely wasn't overkill. I seriously had nothing to hit the Doublade at all, except the other gimmick, which was, I didn't even think of really using at this point in the game, because I thought it was a dead game run. So that's going to get a sword dance up, boosting its attack by 2 stages. So it's a 3-2 at the moment. We are down. Now that's going to go for the Shadow Sneak. It can't affect me, and on the Dragonite, taking it down. So at this point in the game, I'm 1-3 down, or we're 1-3 down. So it's not looking good. I've only got a Noctowl with Hyper Beam and some other little strategies. So go for the Hypnosis on the Doublade. It hits. I'm like, yes, this is really good. So this set was absolutely, it was just, I don't know, it just worked unexpectedly well a lot of the time. It definitely wasn't anything amazing. So I was running max health and max special attack. So on this one, I've got Hypnosis, Dream Eater, Nightmare, and Hyper Beam with the Tinted Lens, item Wiki Berry too. Okay, anyway, so it's going to wake up like the first turn, and it's going to get a Sword Dance. I'm like, oh, bugger. So it's got two Sword Dance up, so +4. I know it's got Shadow Sneak, which it can't land against me. I was thinking, well, maybe it's got like Sacred Sword or Gyro Ball or something like that. I'm not too sure. I know it's got something to hit me. So putting it to sleep with Hypnosis again, it hits. I'm like, yeah, this is really good. So I can either go for the Dream Eater again or go for the Nightmare. They're going to swap out their Pokemon, and now they're going to bring in their Electros, which is on a little bit of health, and Nightmare's obviously not going to affect it. So I was thinking I could go for Hypnosis and then go for Dream Eater, but at the same time, I don't really want to go for that. I just want to finish this thing off because it's a real pain in the ass. So go for the Hyper Beam on the Electros. I outspeed it, which is good, and that Hyper Beam is definitely going to bear it, because if you remembered earlier on in the game, I did that Hyper Beam to an almost one-shotting it. So that's down. I buried a Pokemon. However, I am on recharge for Hyper Beam, so this can freely come in and start setting up again. Okay, so it's asleep. It's going to be on recharge, so there's obviously nothing is done this turn. Now, there was still one other Pokemon left to deal with too. Alright, so I'm going for Dream Eater, just getting some damage on this thing. I'm not sure if it's got any forms of recovery, but I've got to get some damage on it. So Tinted Lens is actually powering up the Dream Eater too, and giving me health back at the same time. So the Scum's going to wake up and go for a Sword Dance, boosting its attack by +2. It's obviously clearly definitely an Everlight set. Very, very bulky. Its special defense isn't the greatest in the world too, so it's handy I use it. Hypnosis hits again. I think that's what, a third Hypnosis that hits in a row. So I have never hit Hypnosis so many times in a row. So Hypnosis is going to land. So now I can go for the Dream Eater again, or I could start setting up the Nightmare. Nightmare would probably cause more of a swap, so I decided to go for Dream Eater to get some health back. Okay, so it's about a 5-hit KO. It's pretty bad still. Okay, so Noctowl is getting most of its health back now. I only needed one more Dream Eater to actually take this thing out. So now, it's going to be sleep again. I'm going to go for, I think I went for the Dream Eater. No, I went for the Nightmare this time. I was actually trying to cause a swap, so I was like, I might actually be able to handle this Doublade. Maybe it doesn't have a lot to hit me, or it can't really hit me super hard without a Sword Dance. That was my thought processes at this point in the game. So Nightmare's going to kick in. Such a really cool move, but you never ever really see it being used because it's very situational. You usually have to block the opponent. Now going for a Dream Eater to finish off the edgy Scum, and that's going to take it out. So that's another Pokemon down. We're finally actually even up to a 1-all at this point in the game. It's so funny the amount of Hypnosis that actually landed. So the last Pokemon I've got is the Slowbro. So Slowbro is very tanky. I've got Hyper Beam. I thought it may have Ice Beam or something like that, which will really, really like destroy me. Hypnosis lands for the 4th time in a row. What is this? So that's really good. Slowbro is sweeping now. I mean sleeping, not sweeping. I'm sweeping. So Noctowl is going to go for the Nightmare this time. I thought I could set the Nightmare up and then start attacking it. I've got absolutely nothing to lose there. No Pokemon can swap into the Hyper Beam, obviously, because it's the last Pokemon, and I might be able to get some good damage off on this thing as well. It doesn't have... Slowbro's more of a defensive Pokemon too, unless they've really like Assault Vest or some like crazy events. Anyway, so Nightmare is going to do some damage. Going for the Hyper Beam now, just absolutely go for it in case it does wake up. And Hyper Beam is enough to take it out in one shot. Oh man, that Noctowl clutch, that was absolutely amazing. I don't think I'll ever get that lucky with Noctowl set again, or just Hypnosis in general. But man, you got to admit that was an amazing battle. It was a very good battle too. It's interesting, like how the battle sort of like the tide kind of turned the battle, because at the start we were getting absolutely smashed, and then the slow this clutch there at the end. Anyway, people, I hope you enjoyed this little bonus kind of video. I have got a theme team coming up later on. I just thought I'd put like a fun battle up tonight. And I'll catch you out probably about 3 hours or 4 hours after this. Peace.